All right, what's going on? We're currently working our way through the OSCP boxes, um, and I'm using the list. I believe it was originally put out by TJ Knoll, but I basically am following the footprint that's set up by Rani Khalil. The first box I'm going to do is called Devel, and I'm just starting with Windows boxes because I know I have a weakness in in that area. So I have launched a pawn box. The pawn box is available through Hack the Box Premium. I think it's maybe like $10 a month or something like that. I can do this through my connect from a Kali machine on my host, but it's easier for me to just show you guys how to do this in case you don't have a Kali machine set up on your machine. So we're going to get started by running a scan of the box. And the box has the IP address of, I believe it's 10.10.10.5. And we're going to go ahead and start that machine. With that IP address, we're going to do an nmap scan. So I'm going to say nmap, and I'm going to do a -A. The way that you should probably do this is like SC, SV, but I'm just going to do a -A just to get everything. So that comes back with two ports open. The first port is port 21, which is FTP. And we can see pretty straightforward that there is an anonymous FTP allowed on here. And then we also see that there is a Microsoft IIS that's run that's on here on port 80. And we see that this is a Windows machine, which is what we were expected. So I'm going to just go ahead and see if there's anything interesting on that web server. And it's just your basic IIS landing page, and it doesn't look like there's anything interesting in the source code for that file. So the path of least resistance, as far as I see it right now, is the anonymous FTP. So let's check that out. FTP 10.10.10.5, and I'm going to try to log in as anonymous, and there's no password for anonymous login. And when I get in here, I see that there are a welcome page what looks like it is in here, but to confirm, I can just say welcome.png and see what that is. And that's just a picture that I see on this landing page here. So it looks like we have the ability to be able to FTP into the web server here. So let me just create a new terminal. And in the new terminal, I'm going to create a file, test.txt. And I'm just going to see if I can put that file. And I can. Okay, perfect, which lets me know that I can be able to put in a file here to be able to set up, for example, a reverse shell. So I'm just going to go and do a reverse shell for ASPX, and I like to use one called Insomnia. When we get in there, we can just basically copy and paste all of this code that's in here. Probably should have just used the copy button. All right, copy and paste all the code. And then on my terminal window back here, I'm going to do vi shell shell.aspx. And I'm going to insert that code and save it. And then I'm going to put that file over there. And then I'm going to try to access it. So I think I called it shell.aspx. And it basically sets it up so that I just need to tell it what my IP address and what port. So I'm going to set up a netcat listener on port 1111. And we see that my IP address is 10.10.14.31. So the host is 10.10.14.31, and this is port 111. So we see that that gave us a reverse shell. And then when we say, who am I? We see that we have IIS privileges. So we need to be able to escalate those privileges. So let's see if we can find some exploits. So the first thing I want to do is say system info to see what I can find out about this system. And when I do that, I see that this is a Windows 7 machine 7600 build. So let's see if there's any vulnerabilities for that. So Windows 7 exploits 7600. And the first one I see is that there is an exploit, which is 40564. So I'm going to do this. This video is just going to be without using Metasploit, and then I'll do another one where I can use the Metasploit. I think that you're only allowed to use Metasploit. I want to say it's once on the OSCP. So I want to make sure that I know how to do both of those, both with and without. So I'm going to, again, very slowly copy all of these things instead of just copying the file, because obviously I've got time today. And I'm going to put that onto my terminal. So this terminal is actually in, so I'm going to come over here and just create a file here. So I'm going to call the file, I think it's 40564. Yeah, 40564.c. And it looks like it's already in here. So with that, I need to compile that file. And let me see if I have the correct compiler on here. Okay, looks like I do. So I'm going to paste, and that file is called 40564, I think. I'm just going to call it 405.64.exe. And we'll see if that works. So if it did, then we should have a 405.64.exe executable. And now that we've got that executable, I need to be able to put it onto the file. So let's say FTP 10.10.10.5, and I'm going to an anonymous, and I'm going to put 405.64.exe. And I'll make sure that it's in there. It is. So let me just copy that to the location that it needs to be. So let's see, copy. And as of right now, it should be, actually, let me just take a look and see. All right. So I need to go to where this folder is at. All right, so now I need to basically move that file from the web server over to my downloads folder. So it is, I'm going to copy the file from its current location, which is in innet pub www root. And actually, I don't even need to copy it. I think I'll probably just execute it. So let's say 405.64.exe. And it says that this program cannot be run in DOS mode. So that means that I need to transfer it a different way. So I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to FTP back in. And anonymous. And no password. And I just need to type in binary. And then it changes the mode. And I'm going to put the file, which is called 405.64.exe back in there. So then when I take a look now, that file should have the updated time. And hopefully I should be able to run it now. So 405.64.exe. And it looks like it completed successfully. And if I say, who am I? It now says that I'm in here as NT authority. So hopefully now that I'm in here as NT authority, I should be able to go and get the user files from the user folder. So I'm going to CD back one. And I'm going to say CD users. Oh, actually, I need to go back one more. Users. And in here, there's two users. There's Babis and the administrator. So I'm going to go get the user. So CD into Babis and directory. And I'm going to take a look on the desktop. And the user file is there. So let's see, type user.txt. I'm not sure why that's taking forever. All right, I kicked myself out. Let me get back in. Connect back the shell. All right, so that takes me back in here. And then I need to go back to init pub. Oh, no, I was going to the users. And I should be able to, oh, access is denied. Access is denied. So that means I need to go back and run my exploit again. And my exploit is in hub www root. So 40564.exe. So I'll run my exploit again. Who am I? And now I'm in here as NT authority. So I should be able to CD into C users status. And then desktop. And then type user.txt. And that is the user flag. And then we can do the same thing for the administrator. So we're going to say CD into C users administrator desktop. And if we list what's in here, we'll see there's also a root.txt file that gets us access to both the user and the root flags for this box. And with that, you can just go ahead and put it in here. There is a box that says submit flags. And I think I don't see it because I submitted this just before this. But that's basically the point. Now that you have the two flags, you can submit those. So hopefully that has provided a little bit of insight into the approach on how to get into this box. This is not the way or the only way. There's probably hundreds more, but this is one of the ways. So hopefully you found that useful.